Good morning, guys, and welcome to today's video. I got a phone call yesterday that's got me a little bit worried, and that's going to be a big part of what today's video is about. Apparently, my neighbor that is right in close proximity to me that also runs cattle is having a disease or something go through his herd that's causing him to lose a lot of animals. First, he'll notice the cows get a pretty bad runny nose, and they'll be hanging their tongue out panting, and in about 24 hours when he goes out to check them, I guess they're gone. So he has had 2 vets out there to look at them, and now he's taken one of the sick animals to UC Davis to get looked at. For those of you not in this area or even in this country, UC Davis is University of California, Davis, which is a big research school, and they have a great veterinary program. So that's where he's taken one of the sick cows. In my opinion, he's done everything right. He's doing everything that he can do to try to get this under control, or at least just figure out what is going on. And my heart really goes out to him because I think he's lost like 4 or 5 cows just in this last week or something. His herd's about the same size as mine. So that would be just devastating if that happened to me. So I really feel for him. But it also has me worried, since our cattle are fairly close in proximity, if I might be in some kind of danger as well. The vets that came out and looked at his cattle, I guess both of them thought that this was a case of the cows getting into some poisonous weeds or something like that. But I question that. I don't think that's right, because, you know, those cows are on irrigated pasture. They've been on that same pasture for years. It's hard to imagine that a noxious weed would just come up overnight and start killing them. If they were out on thousands of acres, then that would make a little bit more sense. But for his scenario, which is almost identical to mine, I don't know if I believe that. I think that if the vets are thinking that it's something that the cattle ate, that maybe what I'm hoping, you know, is that it's not a weed that they ate, but maybe, I don't know, there was something that they got into that they shouldn't have eaten, or I don't know if he's feeding hay right now. Maybe the hay bales had some noxious weeds in them. So at this point, there's just a lot that we don't know, so it's scary. And all I can really do is just keep a close eye on my cows and just hope that I don't see any of those symptoms, because if I do, that means I've got big problems. So what we're doing this morning before I go to work is checking cows. All right, we're out here at the pasture, and as I was driving in here, I didn't see anybody dead out here, so that's the first good sign. But let's walk through them and get a little bit of a closer look. So from what I can tell, everybody is up and acting what I would call normal. The only symptoms that I know to look for, like I said before, is just the tongue hanging out and a runny nose. So it's a little chilly this morning. We might see a runny nose anyway. I mean, I don't think it's going to be too bad. The steer right here, along with a couple others, but of course every time I get the camera on them they stop, but they're grooming themselves. And to me, that's a good sign. I was told that anytime a cow's not feeling good or they're not doing good, the first thing that they stop doing is grooming themselves, because the way that you think about it, I guess, is like when they groom themselves, that's because they have literally no other needs that need to be met, so they go ahead and groom themselves. Does that make sense? I want to definitely make sure I get a look at both of the bulls, because I don't own these guys, and if something happened to them, then I would feel really bad. Not to mention the fact that if I had to pay for those bulls, what those 2 bulls are worth, I'd probably have to sell half the herd just to pay for them. Everything that I'm seeing here is pretty normal, good behavior, but there's the cows kind of split off into 2 groups. The other group's down there at the other end of the pasture. I don't know why they want to sleep like that, but that's what they chose to do. So we're going to run up to that other group and look them over as well. All right. Hank, you're doing all right. That's the main thing. I think everybody over here looks all right. Oh, that's a bull there. Excuse me, guys. Bully, you all right? You look good. So far, everyone over here looks good. 2. Okay, there's 1. Ooh, I don't know about that. This cow here looks a little sad to me. She's got, I think that's drool. That's not snot, but still, she's got a lot of flies on her too. So it's number 22. I'm definitely gonna have to keep an eye on her. I'm gonna check them again this afternoon, and she'll be the first one that I look at, and we'll see if, you know, maybe that's just a coincidence, or if this is something that I need to get worried about. This little dude's looking good though. How's your eyeballs looking? Can I see your eyeball? I see your eyeball, sir. Yeah, they look better. He's still got some scars on his eyes, but that's normal. I kind of knew that was going to happen anyway. But yeah, the bottle calf's looking good. He's looking better. Well, there's the other little calf that we doctored. So she's looking a lot better too. I don't see any discharge out of her eyes. I obviously can't get quite as close to her as I can to the bottle calf, but she's walking around looking fine. Still a runt, but looks healthy. Okay, jump forward. It's about 8 o'clock here later the same day, and I'm out here checking cows again, and it's not good news. I'll spare you guys the close-up shot, but that dark spot there in the middle of the screen there is a dead cow. And then further back in the background, it looks like there's a calf down there that's laying down, and it doesn't look dead yet, but I'm guessing by morning it will be. Really abnormal behavior for that calf to be laying like that by itself after I just moved the rest of these guys into the little field. So this is not good. I don't know if anyone else is gonna get sick. I hope not, but judging by what's happened over at my neighbor's place, I'm getting worried that this could get pretty bad. Probably first thing tomorrow morning, I'm gonna get the bulls out and get them back home to where they belong, because I don't want to risk the chance of them getting whatever this is. And beyond that, I'm just gonna have to keep a close eye on things. Hopefully my neighbor gets some results back from that autopsy, and hopefully we can get a game plan on what to do to fight this. I'll keep you guys posted on what's going on. Hopefully we get lucky and these are the only 2 that are affected, and this will just be a distant memory in a couple weeks. But until then, I hope I'll see you guys again on Farmer Tyler Ranch.